For our project, we decided to make a bus app. Let me get it started here. So, what we were trying to do with the bus app, we were trying to use an API from MTD services in Champaign-Urbana, just for the Champaign area. And I'll show you it right here. MTD API, there's a page dedicated to it for developer resources for developing an app with the API. Load. So MTD, it works with Google Maps apparently to create this API that gets real-time bus routes and departures and all this stuff. And this page includes a lot of details about all that, including all these methods over here that we can use. We got an API key by sending it through our email. And yeah, we can go into any one of these tabs and it gives us the URL, how we use it. And this is how the parameters, what's required, what's optional, the response, returns it in JSON, which we can parse. It also does it in XML, which is what our UI is made in. And that is how we started our entire project. So first off, the code for our main activity, we started from the lab 12 code. We structured off of that, and then we got our APIs, got our API keys, implemented that. We created our UI with all the buttons. We wanted to get a starting location, a time, and a departure. What it ended up being was we got our current location and the nearest stop to that current location. We got all of the closest departures at that time, so at the time that you press this button. And then we didn't really get departures done, so since every bus goes to Illinois Terminal, we just said, well, I'll show you later what happens when we click this, but to make sure this API worked, we wanted to create a get news button to see if we can parse this API correctly. So I'll show you the code for that. So here's our call for the get news. It has our URL and our key, and then it has our whole request. And we get the quest down here, and I'll show this off right now before I talk about the code, but basically I press this and it actually displays a scrolling headline of the current news that we got from the servers of this API. So, and it also includes a title down here, which actually has changed. This was different yesterday. So basically we parse it all here, and then the text view has the title, which is right there, and then we have another text view, which this entire string was in HTML. It had HTML tags. We had to replace that and take that all out in order to get the HTML tags out of this stuff right here. So that's what this line does, and then we do a scroll view to have this all scroll, and we have a nice little background. For these two buttons, these aren't actually working, and that's supposed to be red, but it looks pink, and that's supposed to indicate that these aren't ready, haven't been implemented correctly. If we had another week, I'm sure we would have done pick any location or pick any time, but right now we have a current location and a current time, which I'll show you right now. So we press this button, it shows us the nearest stop to our location. Let me go down to the code. So we use a different API, geolocate, and it can get our latitude and longitude. And with that, we can get a request. We can make a request from the URL or MTD URL, and we can get the nearest stop from the location that the device that you're using does it from. And then it also gets the schedule of all the things happening for that location. And then for get a list of all closest departures right now, that gets right now the top 10 closest stops with the soonest departures. And it scrolls, we have 2 linear tabs right here scrolling. And then since we didn't get the departures completely right, we just, hold on. We just said how to get to Illinois terminal because every bus goes to the Illinois terminal. All buses return to the Illinois terminal within 30 minutes. So no matter what bus you get on, you'll go to the Illinois terminal and you'll be able to find a real departure from there. So this app works. It's very simple and basic, but here it is. And I like this part. I think this is impressive, but that's just me. Thank you for watching.